and welcome back to the Stringing It Together podcast. This is episode 7 at long last, and I'm coming to you from Germany. So if you're new, first of all, welcome. I recently moved from the US over to Frankfurt, Germany, where I now live. So it's been a couple of weeks since I podcasted, so I'm really happy to be back now that I'm a little bit settled here. I've been here for 3 weeks now, which is kind of crazy. It feels like it's been longer than that. But anyway, I am Becky, your host. Sometimes we have some furry co-hosts, so we'll see if they show up. You can find me on social media as Sopranoknits on Instagram and Ravelry. And we also have a Ravelry group for the podcast called the Stringing It Together podcast group, I think. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. It's all linked in the down bar. And then the show notes for this episode are over on the Ravelry group. So we have a nice little group of people going on. Please come over and say hello. There's an introduction thread and all of that kind of good stuff. So before we get started, I just want to say a huge thank you to this awesome little community that we have. I've just received a lot of messages wishing me well and people sort of following me on this crazy journey of moving here. And those of you that follow me on Instagram know it's been quite a saga trying to get my visa to work here, and just know that I appreciate all the love so much and that it has really, really helped me during this crazy transition. And I just couldn't be more grateful. And if I haven't responded to everyone's messages personally, I'm really sorry. I have read everything and I have appreciated everything, and I'm going to be better about that going forward now that things are a little bit more settled. Also, I just wanted to mention thank you so much to everyone who entered the 500 subscriber giveaway. I didn't really make an announcement about that, but I did close it before I left and sent the prize off to the winner. So yeah, so she already has her prize, and I hope that you really love it. So, okay, before we get to the knitting, which we will get to, by the way, this is a knitting podcast. If you watch this far and have no clue what's happening, it's a knitting podcast. So, hey. Anyway, I'm going to do, we are going to do our first knit along. So I was thinking about what I wanted to do, and the idea came to me that I should do a knit along for new designers. So some of you probably know, because she has a pretty big following, a well-deserved big following, FRENCHIE from AROHA Knits. She launched a course recently. It is now called Initiate Knit Design. Pretty sure about that. She had changed the name, so if I butchered that, oh my gosh, that's bad. But I was lucky enough to be one of the beta testers, and I produced a design as a result of that, and it was really fun, and I'm still a part of the community that she has on Facebook, and it's a really great community. And I just thought, you know, it's hard because even if you publish a pattern that you're proud of, like if it's your first pattern, like not that many people see it. Like I think I'm like pretty proud of the pattern that I published, and I didn't expect to be making a lot of income from it, but I think I've sold 5 copies of it, which I'm super grateful for. But I just thought like we should give these people that are taking this plunge more exposure. So that was a really long way of explaining that we are going to do a knit along, and FRENCHIE is co-hosting it with me, and that's going to be super exciting. So she is going to be co-hosting it via like an email sign up, and she's going to send out newsletters and stuff like that, and she's going to have prizes over there. And then I'm going to run it on my end in the Ravelry group. So it's going to start on October 10th and go until December 10th. We are, just for sanity's sake, going to keep it to the designers that are currently a part of the Manifest Your Inner Designer Facebook group. And each designer is picking one pattern that they want to put forward to be part of the knit along. And we're going to have prizes, and it's going to be great. So I think I said it's going to start on October 10th, so you have some time. So right now the designers are submitting their designs until Monday, and then I am going to open a thread in the Ravelry group, magic link all the designs, and then the designers can also chime in on there and post pictures of their designs, and you can talk to them about yarn suggestions, whatever. I told people that if they want to add a special discount code that for their design, that would be really cool, but they don't have to. And yeah, I just thought it was such a good way to like support our indie designers who are taking the plunge. So yeah, I haven't thought of like a hashtag or anything yet, but I'll make sure I podcast before that starts. But just to get your wheels going, that's happening. Yay! Okay, let's talk about the knitting. So I do have one FO, but this happened last time too. I don't have it because it was a gift and it has already been gifted. So here's a picture of it. It is the Barley Hat by Tin Can Knits, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I knit it out of, I'll show you the leftover yarn. This is Leading Men Fiber Arts. I'm forgetting the base. Oh my god. It's their worsted base. Again, I will link it. I think it's like Showstopper. And this is the Black Walnut colorway. I'm prepared. Can we talk about how beautiful this is? It's just so gorgeous. And this yarn I bought at YarnCon from Leading Men Fiber Arts, and I really wanted to make something for myself out of it because I love this color. First it was going to be a hat, and then I put it next to my head and I was like, yeah, no, that would be a bad hat color for me. I think I want to like, it might be a bad sweater color too, but I don't care. I really want to knit a sweater out of this colorway at some point because it is so beautiful. But I really had to knit something awesome for my friend Dom, who took care of my cats all summer and got them ready with their shots and all of the bureaucratic stuff that they needed to also come with me to Germany, which was the biggest favor anyone has ever done for me. And he deserves a sweater, but he lives in Texas, in Houston. So I knit him a hat because, I mean, he'll use a hat at some point, but he probably doesn't need a wool sweater. And I thought that to make it a little bit more special, I would use yarn that I was hoarding for myself. That was just so unspeakably beautiful. So I love it. If you have not checked out Leading Men Fiber Arts, go and run and do it. I knit a willow bank shawl out of their yarn, a really big sport weight shawl. It's in my Ravelry pages, and I love this yarn. It's so well made. It doesn't split. It's so soft. It's beautifully dyed, and it's extremely reasonably priced. Extremely. So go and get you some. It's good. This is Earl Grey tea. Earl Grey tea. Doesn't taste like Earl Grey. I don't think the Germans know how to do tea. So Germans, tell me where to buy tea, especially nice loose leaf tea. I like this mug. It's my roommate's. Everything here is my roommate's. But I need to go buy some of my own mugs because I'm a mug lady, and it makes me sad that I don't have any mugs here that are my own. Also, I want nice tea, like loose leaf tea. They don't have David's tea in Europe. Oh God, it's the worst. Okay, we're moving on now. Okay, I had a finished object, and I also have a hoe. Yeah. So for those of you who have been here for a while, this might look familiar. I've already knit a pair of socks out of this yarn, but I have really narrow feet, and I realized that I had more than enough yarn to make another pair for myself. Not really a pair for anyone else because most people have normal size feet, but yeah. So this is Arnie and Carlos. I want to say it's the tin colorway. I'll link it. I don't remember. And then this is Patton's Croy in the flax colorway, which I actually really love. I'm gonna miss Patton's Croy, kind of. But now I can get Regia for really cheap. Yes. Anyway, Fish Slips Kiss Heel. I do 48 stitches, and I've been knitting them on Haya Sharp's 9-inch circulars. The last pair I did, I also did the flax on the toe, but I was so far away from, I'm gonna make them matching. I was so far away from where I need to start for this. I was just like, I might as well just keep knitting. I think that's all you need to know about that. That one's done. And the next one, I just started the cuff. Oh, and these are, I have 4 of these. They are stitch markers by the amazing Ann Tudor. I have a bunch of hers. And they were a gift from my dear friend Lynn, who owns Knit One, which is an awesome yarn store in Chicago. If you live there, go. If you visit there, go. And I went to their knit night like 2 days before I left Chicago. And she so kindly gifted these to me because they are the Chicago flag stitch markers. Maybe I'll insert a picture of the Chicago flag. It has this blue stripe and these red stars. And I was just so touched by this gift. First of all, I love Anne. Second of all, I don't know. It's just like, I'm just gonna think of my Knit One people and Chicago every time I knit with this. And it totally matches my yarn. So, Lynn, if you're watching, thank you so much. I love it. Okay, that's it. I don't know that I've touched this since last time that we spoke. Oh, wait, I should show my project bags. This is Fawn and the Fox, Lara, awesome. Succulents project bag, I love it so much. This is another Lara bag. My unicorn bag, which is one of my favorite things ever. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have knitted on it because there's that. I don't know. Maybe not. This is my Sizzle Pop shawl. It's brioche lace, and I love it, and I want to finish it, and I want to wear it, but brioche lace takes more concentration than my immigrating brain has had. So I'm pulling a Candace. That shawl's just kind of snoozing right now. Okay, and my last whip, which you've not seen. Yeah. Okay. So a couple episodes ago on Skeins of My Dreams, I talked about how I wanted to knit the Portage cardigan out of gray Madeline Tosh speckled with black. It's happening. I really shouldn't have. Is this even the right side? Yes. I really shouldn't have, but they were having a international free shipping promotion, so I sent a bunch of yarn to myself before my arrival, and then realized that I had to pay over 30 euros to get it from customs, which sucked, but worth it. So this is the beginnings of my Portage cardigan, and it's going pretty well. This is the back, And then these are the sleeves, which I separated last night. It's really pretty. Look at it. Oop, it's getting a little bit blown out. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. Yeah. I actually, because I was lazy and because my Swift hadn't arrived yet, I hand wound the first ball, of which I have very little remaining. And I just started knitting on one, and then I realized I should really be alternating skeins. So I started doing that recently, and I'm a little distraught that you can totally tell that the one I started incorporating has a lot more black in it. But you know what? Whatever. At the end of the day, it's hand-dyed yarn. It's gonna look a little different. It's fine. It's good. It's good. But yeah, I definitely need to alternate skeins. I mean, looking at these next to each other, you can see that this one is darker, right? In general, and it has more black. And then, these are the rest of them. I had to order 7. And yeah, you can, like, this one is a lot darker. The base of this one is a lot darker than that. So I'm worried, but whatevs. It's super soft and beautiful and luscious. It's Long Rider DK, which is a base that they only sell on their website, I believe. It's 75% merino and 25% nylon, which I actually loved. I basically was just going to buy any base that I could find in this color, and this is the only one they had. But I like it because it's just going to wear better as a sweater that I think I'm going to wear to death. It's going to last forever, and it's still really, really soft. Oh, and the colorway is, it's from the Particle series, and it's kitten. So they do have a kitten color that's kind of just that gray, but this is the speckled one. So that's the Portage cardigan. Devin of FRANCOISE is also knitting one, so we're having our own little knit along with each other. I'm super excited. I cannot wait until this is done. I've been pretty much monogamously knitting on this because it's beautiful. Okay. Okay, what do we do next? That is it for whips. Well, I just showed you this acquisition that I also bought because I had to kind of buy a lot in order to get the free shipping. I also bought 2 skeins of Holy Grunge on the MCN base, which I think is also another one you can only get on their website. Look at it. It's so fun. It's on this like pinky beige base, and it just has all these fun colors in it. And what I'm thinking about doing with it is making another sweater, but a pullover. And I'm thinking about doing the True Friend sweater. What I'm not sure about is the 3rd color. When I ordered this, I was thinking of putting this with it, which is some Neighborhood Fiber Co. that I had in my stash. I probably am just going to have to swatch some things because I find that I have a hard time telling how I'm going to like things striped. But that could be cool, and this does have a little bit of a teal in it because it has a lot of neon speckles, so that could be nice. I also have this Plucky in this really, I don't know what to call this, like seafoamy green color, but I think that's too, I don't know, it's maybe not enough contrast, or it could be just really pretty and subtle. I would love your input. What do I do? What do I do? Or a completely different color. I don't know. I just don't know. But I thought it would be a really fun sweater. And it's super soft, and I can't wait. Great. Happy. And then a couple days after I arrived, I received the most amazing package from Annie, who is Against All Knots on Instagram, and she also has a podcast. And she had written to me and just said, hey, I have some yarn that I'm not really going to use and I'm looking to de-stash. Can I send it to you as a welcome to Germany present? Oh, because she also lives in Germany, if I didn't mention that. And I was like, oh my God, that is so nice. So she did. And it was just the best package to receive when I was feeling alone and freaked out. I have 2 skeins of this. I don't know where the other one is. But whatever, they're the same. My first Bärenwolle from Vicky. So I'm super excited to knit with her yarn because I never have. So I have 2 skeins of this in the, I guess it's the 0 calories colorway, which is pretty hilarious. And it is sock weight. It's 65% merino and 35% mulberry silk. Hell yeah. Okay. I wish I knew where the other one was. I don't know what to do with these. I have 2 of them. I thought about putting them in a sweater. Can you tell I want to knit a lot of sweaters right now? But I just made a brown sweater. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a gift or something. If anyone has any ideas for this, do tell. Otherwise, it might just look beautiful in my stash for a little while until I figure out the perfect thing. But thank you, Annie. It's so beautiful. She also sent me this just amazing sock wool. Also German, so I can try out some German sock wool. And she has a couple of sock patterns up on Ravelry, and she sent me one of those. So I might try this out on one of her patterns. So thank you. Oh my God. Wait. She also sent me these stitch markers, which I have not used yet, but I will. I should put these on my sweater. Yeah, I'm using boring ones right now. I should put these on my sweater. And she sent me this really pretty notebook. And she sent me a really nice card. I don't know where it is. Oh, and when I opened the box, there was a little card on the top that said, "Home is where the yarn is." So true. So true. So now my home has yarn, which is amazing. Okay, so that is it for acquisitions. Yay. Okay, so next, I think I'm gonna call this Pod Squad. These are some podcasts that I have discovered and really like. So I've been watching Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits. I can't remember her real name. But she's got a podcast and it's pretty new and it's really great. So you should go watch her. And then also Casey MAURA'S Creative Musings. She is another, I believe, American that now lives in Germany and has a podcast, and she sews as well, so she shows that off. And yeah, I really love her aesthetic. She's really like retro and funky, and yeah, I really just love watching her, so you should check her out as well. And yeah, just the regular peeps. Cool. Okay, Skeins of My Dreams. I've mentioned her before in this segment, but Magical Molly. Molly of a Homespun House, whom I need to go visit in Berlin at some point. I've been holding off on ordering her yarn until I move to Germany, although she has very reasonable shipping prices overseas. I just thought I might as well wait till I'm there. And once I like actually get paid, it's happening. I've been stalking her shop and like dreaming up things that I want to knit. She just came out with a new colorway that I believe is something in my eye. sorry, that I believe is called Bookworm, and it's gorgeous, and I want a sweater in it, like a fingering weight cardigan. I want it. And then, okay, the West Knits Mystery Cow. I don't know. I really wasn't sure about it, and then Molly posted some combos, and the one that made my heart sing is sold out. Thank God, because I probably just would have dumped the money and bought it, which I shouldn't have done. But yeah, I don't know. I did it last year, and I'm not super happy with my doodler. I don't know. And I wasn't happy with the colors that I originally chose, so I ended up changing my colors, which meant I went out and bought more yarn, and it just became expensive. And then at the end of the day, I ended up with something that it's fine. Every once in a while I wear it. It's just a little too much to handle, and I don't know. I'm not sure that I want to do it again because I feel so uncertain. But Molly made me want to because she's magical. She's magical, and because she's magical, she's gonna get her dream house. It's gonna happen. I'm really creepy right now. Okay, so dream knitting. I've never done a dream knitting section, but it's awesome and it needs to happen, and I've been doing a lot of it. So speaking of Molly, that kind of leads me into my first thing, which is actually not knitting at all. It's crochet, which I have never done. Never crocheted, ever. And I haven't really wanted to for garments or accessories, like worn accessories, but I want a crochet blanket. The, what is it called? Oh my gosh, brain. The Cozy Memories blanket that people are knitting isn't really, it doesn't speak to me. I don't want to knit one, but I have some scraps, although I left a lot in the US. I gave packing preference to full skeins, but yeah, I've been thinking that I want to start a blanket, and what I really want is like a hexy crocheted, kind of like hexy granny square blanket. Maybe I'll put a picture of one up here. There's a pattern called Hexy Love Actually that Charlotte is knitting from the Charlotte and Gus podcast, or she's crocheting it, and it's awesome. But Molly is doing a crochet stripes blanket, and I'm thinking that that's probably a more practical first crochet project, also because she is magic knotting everything, and then she can use every last piece of yarn, which sounds really awesome. So I might copy her and do that. I'm thinking about it. I don't have that many scraps, like I said, but I'll always accrue more. Or I might do the Brooklyn Knit Folk log cabin blanket, because you can use any weight yarn in that, and I think that's awesome. And I like how that one looks too, because Jacqueline's cool. Okay, also been thinking about another brioche shawl, but that's stupid because I have one on the needles and I just need to finish it. But when I went to the visa office at 4 a.m., I wrapped myself in my excuse me shawl, and it was so warm because it was so cold outside, and I was just like, yeah, I need more of this. But yeah, I should just probably finish that one over there. And I've also been thinking about, okay, can't decide, but this yarn is freaking awesome. I've never knit with Stellina yarn, but look how pretty this is. Look at it. So this is Western Sky Knits, and I got this in a swap with Jen. She sent this to me, and I love it. So I either want to do a hat, like a sparkly hat, and I was thinking the Drift hat by Andrea Mowry would look cool. Although I knit one of her hats before and I got gauge, and then it was like a balloon hat. So I ended up sending it to, like, it looked like a chef's hat on me. It was huge. So I don't know what happened. I just don't know. But I ended up sending it to my friend who has really fabulous, amazing natural hair and can never find a hat to, like, fit over her hair. So I sent it to her and she loves it. Anyway, either a hat or these, like, loafer slippers, which I've made before and I lived in them. Like, it's awesome to have wool slippers in the house. But I don't know what happened to them. They didn't make the move, but it's okay because they were kind of too big on me anyway and getting really dirty. So I could use some new ones. So hat or slippers, I don't know. It would be fun to have sparkly slippers, but something tells me that this yarn is too beautiful to put on my feet. Maybe it should go on my head. It would make me happy. Okay, yeah, that's dream knitting. So that's pretty much it for the knitting, guys. Remember to be on the lookout about the knit along. And that's it. But I'll talk about some life stuff. Although, yeah, I'll talk about some life stuff. So you may or may not stick around with that. If you're leaving, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to try to podcast every 2 weeks. I'm going to try. I've never really been on that schedule, but I'm going to try. Okay, my life. So I'm in Germany. I moved. My flight was delayed 18 hours, but luckily we were able to stay with our friends, so the cats were fine. Speaking of the cats, they were champs on the flight. They did pretty darn well. They weren't happy, but, like, no one went to the bathroom. No one had, like, a complete panic meltdown. They were pretty good. And as soon as we got here, they were just like, great, we're home now. We're completely at ease. So they're fine. Yeah. Nathan was here for the feast. I can't speak. I think it's because I'm trying to speak so much German that I can't speak English anymore. Nathan was here for the first few days. I had a job interview day 2. I went to rehearsal, I think also day 2. And then I found out that I was banned from rehearsal after going to rehearsals for a week and a half because I didn't have my visa yet, because they hadn't given me my contract yet. And I got really frustrated about all the German bureaucracy being a mess. But long story short, everything is in order. I have my visa and I can work now. So yeah, I'm in rehearsals for Martha, which is a premiere at Opera Frankfurt of a German opera. And I had my costume fitting today. I have a really weird costume. There's some really weird stuff going on. All the rehearsals are in German, so I don't understand a lot, but luckily I've made some friends also in the extra chorus that speak English and are able to help me translate. But going home after a 3-hour rehearsal is overwhelming. It's overwhelming that, you know, people just try to, like, say things to you and you're like, I don't know what you just said. It's scary. I started teaching English at a language school here. I'm also teaching English online to little kids in China, which is a weird job, but it's really flexible hours and they pay me in US dollars, so I was able to do that before I got my visa, and it's just some extra income when I need it. So that's what I've been up to. My roommate is awesome. My apartment is really beautiful, and now I have furniture, so that's good. The location of my apartment is amazing. I can walk to work. It's a 12-minute walk to the opera, or if I'm lazy, it's 1 stop on the U-Bahn. And the public transportation here is incredible. I'm right next to the Dome, which is the beautiful old church. I'm a 5-minute walk from the river. yeah, so the location is really perfect and everything has gone well. It's just been really overwhelming and it will continue to be like that. And knitting has been a good escape. Immigrating is a little crazy, but I just want to say again, thank you so much to everyone that has written and just sent love and positive vibes and all of that kind of stuff. The love from my knitting friends has really helped me through some crazy times, but it's all good. So, yeah, I'm not going to bore you with any more details. That is about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please subscribe, and you can like it if you want. Come over to the Ravelry group, come party, and I'll see you guys in about 2 weeks. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be back. Okay, bye!